Have you ever messed up so badly with your money that you wish you could time travel? Over the years, I've made so many financial mistakes that have set me back, and today I'm sharing three major mistakes which I've made that have cost me over $100,000. I'm also sharing what I've learned from these mistakes and how you can avoid making the same errors. Hi, everyone. My name is Kalen. I share my journey towards financial freedom. Let's get into the first mistake. Picture me, an impressionable 19-year-old, starry eyed, and wanting a cool and sexy ride. I ended up getting a 2011 Audi A4. And honestly, I thought I was being smart by buying used and avoiding the depreciation when you get a new car. But I ended up paying around $17,000 for the car. And then over the last 8 years, I've spent $35,000 on maintenance, repairs, winter tires, and insurance. Honestly, this Audi has been quite a nightmare. It burns oil, and there's been several issues with the wheel bearing, the serpentine belt, which I've had to replace, and it's been kind of a source of stress and a money pit for me. In total, this car has cost me around $50,000 over 8 years, which is a lot. And if I could go back, I would either avoid owning a car altogether, or I would choose a more reliable vehicle like a Toyota. Um, I've learned that cars can be a huge drain on your financial journey because of these high recurring costs like maintenance, insurance, and depreciation also has a big factor to it. So, my advice is to always do thorough research on the reliability and long term costs of a vehicle before you commit. Because honestly, I had no idea, and I would have been happy taking public transit for a few more years. My second major mistake was pursuing a master's in mechanical engineering. I thought that I was making a smart decision by investing in myself, and I thought that I would be more marketable to companies. But it turns out that in the end, I lost out on 2 years that I could have been making more income. And currently, I'm trying to actually finish writing my thesis while I work full time. So the past 2 years, I've been trying to do that, and it's been quite overwhelming, and I'm still paying tuition, which really sucks. In total, this decision has probably set me back around $50,000. Even today, despite having a master's degree, I'm still making less than some of my friends who entered the workforce right after undergraduate. So if I could do it all over again, I would really consider the potential return on investment that an advanced degree can get you, and I would probably start working sooner. When I think about it, the third mistake still stings. It was back in 2017, and it was my first rendezvous with Bitcoin. I saw that Bitcoin was growing, and I started buying some. And eventually, I got to around zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, which at the time was quite a lot for me being in university. But then, when the market crashed from its 2017 high, as soon as I broke even, I sold because the ups and downs were too stressful for me. Looking back, I now realize how revolutionary Bitcoin is, and I regret not holding on to it. If I had kept my Bitcoin, it would have been worth 10 times what I sold it for. And this mistake basically cost me around $10,000. And on top of that $10,000, if I had invested in Bitcoin, what I had invested in ETFs at the time, I would have been retired by now. The lesson here is to understand what you're putting your money into and have a long-term perspective, especially with volatile investments like cryptocurrencies. I didn't understand what I was putting my money into, and because of this, it caused stress, and that's why I sold early. So let's summarize the lessons that I learned from making these financial mistakes. Number one, do thorough research. Whether it's buying a car or pursuing an advanced degree or making an investment, make sure that you research the long-term costs and benefits before you make any decisions. Second is have a long-term perspective. With all my mistakes, I considered my short-term feelings rather than the long-term benefit that I would get. And so, especially with investments, don't let the short-term fluctuations spook you out of potentially lucrative opportunities. Those are my three biggest financial mistakes. And even though they cost me more than $100,000, I'm sure that the lessons that I learned from them will net me more than $100,000 in the future. So don't be afraid of making mistakes, especially at the beginning of your journey, because this is the best way to learn. Ultimately, you will end up further than you would have been if you hadn't taken the chance. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you found some value, and I hope that it'll help you achieve your financial goals in the future. If you're interested, I've included a link to a free budget template if you join my newsletter in the description. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.